at all, restored on some technical grounds, which I call unconstitutional. But however, I accepted that. We accepted. Okay, fine, let's forget it. But yet, when after the elections, what happens? He impinges on the sovereignty of the parliament, that you cannot announce this election. You cannot notify it. We will decide. The Supreme Court, we will decide. How do you think you should act against such a Chief Justice who doesn't believe in sovereignty of the Parliament, who is impinging on the executive, made the government non-functional, paralyzed, demoralized the law enforcement agencies, and also because of that demoralized the whole nation, and then the economy taking a downturn? How do you meet such a challenge that the country faces? So this is what I faced at that time. And I took all legal and constitutional measures, and on the 3rd of November then I had to take the action of imposing the emergency. Let me come to the other part of the Aitazaz Ahsan. You're talking of Aitazaz Ahsan, he being in house arrest. He's living in his own house. We don't mind him coming out and politicking. We don't mind that at all. But we cannot allow anyone to agitate and further vitiate the environment in Pakistan, law and order environment, in the garb of politicking. And that is what he exactly wants to do. We released him on Eid Day. And we thought that he was supposed to be fighting in one of the constituencies in Lahore. Please go ahead, do your politicking and fight elections. But he wanted to agitate. We will not allow anyone to agitate, sir. Because already the environment is so vitiated, that turmoil. In the last 3 days, the stock exchange lost about 1,500 points. Today it has gained about 700 or 750. Now, I cannot allow this country's economy going down, because that is the basis of development and prosperity and stability of the country. That was being affected. So please understand, ladies and gentlemen, many of you are from Western countries. I always say, and I would like to repeat, there is a locational disparity. And please understand that there is a history through which you have passed, and you are located in a place where you have your different environment. We have our own short history of 50 years, and we are located in this environment, which is our environment. Please don't see us with your eyes, with your environment. Please see us, be Pakistanis first, and see the attitudes of Pakistanis, their behavior patterns, and then decide on how we need to behave. We cannot take action and behave in Pakistan as you would behave back in Europe. In Europe, if there is a case being investigated, you put that yellow tape. I know, I've stayed there in London for a year, and everyone is so disciplined that they won't cross that tape. You put a wall here, they will try to climb over the ball and break the ball and come. So please understand, this is our environment.
The lady in the red coat, please.
Barbara Platt from the BBC. Mr. President, you mentioned the Scotland Yard team. Can you tell us, will that team be free to investigate whatever leads it feels are important?
I'm not getting involved in the process of investigation and what they'll do once they come and they see our investigative team. But however, we are very conscious of certain sensitivities, and that too baseless sensitivities. I call this accusation baseless because I know the realities. We cannot take up a case where if I was to accuse you, for example, of doing something and we start investigating that. There are certain surely political implications of certain things. And if anyone comes around and without anything having happened, accuses somebody, and that to a political leader, that he is going to kill me, if anything happens, he is the man responsible. I mean, what kind of, how can we do this? Can we do this in your country? If somebody goes and says that the Prime Minister of your country is the one who will maybe kill me if anything happens to me. So how can you start investigating this kind of accusation? First of all, I think the investigation should be, why did anyone say that? Why did she say that? What is the basis of her saying that? I would like to investigate that. So I don't think these are realities at all. These are wild accusations which are baseless.